Hi there guys, I'm Chris Bowden and welcome to the Geek Group. Today we're going to explore multi-track recording, which is pretty awesome. This goes back to Ampex invented this in the mid-50s. And the first multi-track recorder was actually sold to a guy you've probably heard of, Les Paul. Cost him 10 grand for the first multi-track recorder, but it saved him a fortune on record, so it was totally worth it. All right, what we're going to do today is show you the concept and the real basics to multi-track recording. Now, what multi-track recording is because a lot of people are freaking out like, let's do multi-track recording. Okay, when you do multi-track recording, you're used to something like this. Now, and yeah, I pulled this out just because it's what I had handy. Okay, this is a regular cassette deck, okay? Now, when you record on a cassette, you do have two tracks. You've got, left and right. So you've got multi-track recording. But that's not what multi-track recording is. Because if you want to record, let's say you have, I don't know, your buddy Todd right here. This is my buddy Todd. You got to come in a bit.
I got to come in.
Okay, this is my buddy Todd. Now, if Todd and I want to hang out and jam and I'm a drummer and he's a bassist, we can plug on the back, there's microphone inputs, and I can plug a mic to my drum set and left, and a thing off your direct box to right, and we can play together and record it, and that's cool. But that's not multi-track recording.
No.
What multi-track recording is if I want to record my drums on the right, and then rewind a tape, hit record, and record his bass on the left track, I'll erase my drums on the right, because that's just how these work. So that's not multi-track recording. What multi-track recording lets us do is have him come down. Well, we always start with the drummers because we're the important musicians. And we could record the drums on track 1. And then we can rewind the tape with this machine and record the bass on track 2. Totally separate. In fact, him and I never even have to actually meet. A producer can do this, and that happens all the time. And then we can come back and do something really cool because we want to be rock stars and bring in Olivier over here. Come on in, say hi. You can come back. Okay, hi.
Hi.
This is Olivier. He helps take things apart. Today we're making music. Turns out he's actually kind of handy with a git fiddle. So we can have you come in and record on track 3. And we can show people how all this works, and we can make a band. So we have made a band, and our awesome band name for the day is Umlaut with rock dots. So that's, which goes back to the autopsy last year with the Umlaut discussion. So he's Dutch. It's a thing. Okay, he's actually Belgian, and if you call a Belgian Dutch, it's almost as offensive if you call a Belgian French, which he is also not French, really. He's the muscles from Brussels.
You finally got it. Took a while, but you finally got it.
All right, so what we're going to do is, my drum set's kind of insane, so we actually have that set up in the next room. It wouldn't fit in here. And you brought an acoustic bass.
Yep.
And I thought I played a big instrument. So yeah, that's a little nuts.
It's a lot nuts.
But it works for you.
I love it.
Now the weird thing is, I play jazz, you play bluegrass.
Yes.
And he's a metalhead.
Perfect.
So none of this has been rehearsed. There is no script. We have no idea what we're going to do. So we're just making, and I specifically have not let them work anything out. I just want to do this for fun. But the idea here is that if you found a reel-to-reel at a garage sale or something like that, and you dug one up and you just want to tinker with it and explore it and learn how it works, this will give you a rough idea. And all the recording is going to be done direct into the reel-to-reel. We're not running it through the console or anything like that. The only thing we're using the console is for the output side so that we can mix the 4 tracks down to only 2 monitors so we can hear it in here. But that's really, we're doing this as simple as we can. So this is a 1/4-inch machine, which means that the tape is a 1/4-inch wide. We have 4 tracks. And let's go through the basics of what you need to know to be able to record stuff, because this is where multi-track recording becomes possible. So here's how it works. You have 3 heads under here. The first head, and the tape goes from the supply reel to the take-up reel. So the first head it comes across is the erase head. And the erase head is just an AC electromagnet that erases the tape as it goes by. Now, we're going to draw a picture. We start with our supply reel on this side and our take-up reel on this side. And then we have 3 heads. The first head is the erase head. The center head is the record head. The third head is the playback head. And the tape comes off this reel, goes under erase, record, playback, and then onto this reel. The erase head is just an electromagnet. But under the erase head, if you look at a head on edge, you'll actually see, because this is a 4-track machine, the erase head isn't just one electromagnet, it's 4 electromagnets. And this is for tracks 1, 2, 3, and 4. And yeah, they're arranged like that. It's kind of weird. But if you look close on top of the thing, you can see that this is 1 and 3 and 2 and 4. And that's why if you look down at the plugs down here on your deck at home, if you've got a TX like this, it'll be 1 and 3 left and right, 2 and 4 left and right. So it's just, it has to do with if you've got a commercial tape and it's got a side A and a side B, you record stereo 1 and 2 on one side, flip it around. And if your machine's only a 2-track, then you'll have the same thing with the 1 and 2, flip it around, 3 and 4. That way, it's, no matter which side you're playing, it's always 1 and 2. So each of these heads has 4 coils or magnets under it. The erase head has 4, and when you hit record, if you just hit record on track 1, this magnet starts erasing the tape, but the other 3 just pass right through totally fine. Now the record head's the same way, but the record head has another bit of weirdness that we need to talk about. When you're recording on the tape, sometimes, like today, we're all going to play separately. I'm going to lay down a drum track, and Todd's going to be my engineer for this. And then Todd's going to lay down a bass track, totally separate. We're going to rewind the tape and then record alongside it. And it's really easy to do all 3 at once, and we could, but where's the fun in that? So what we're going to do is, by doing this separately, it introduces a weird problem, and that's why we're doing this, is we want to show you the problem. See, tape is a linear medium, and the tape has to physically move between this head and this head. And the amount of time it takes for the tape to get from here to here would induce a delay. It's a mechanical delay. And if you have the thing cranked up, you can actually get a feedback loop and echo and all kinds of stuff like that. So this head does double duty. Now, the record head isn't optimized for playback, but it can, and it's good enough that when he's laying down his bass track, he'll be able to hear my drum track and play in time to that. And for that, you use this head. And on the TX machines, there's a set of switches up here. They're right here, these 4 switches. And they've got normal and sync. And like now they're all normal, now they're all in sync. And that's called simul sync on the TX machines. But these 4 switches, what they're doing is on the playback, when it's normal, this over here would be normal, and this is sync. And it's possible, even though there's still 4 heads under here, and they're all really close, if we're recording his bass track on track 2, this head is set to record, and this head, by being in sync, is set to playback, and it's playing back and recording at the exact same point on the tape. So it gets rid of that mechanical delay. We can actually show this time delay here with a little bit of science. Now, what we're doing is we've just got a mic plugged in here on track 4 down here. And track 4 is kind of wonky. 3 and 4 are kind of bad on this, so we don't know if this is going to work very well or not. It's a flaky old reel-to-reel, so we're doing it. It might be a little weird. Now, what we're going to do is we'll start by rewinding the tape. And how much noise can we get out of this thing at once? All right, I'm going to look at it, John, so I can see when the tape is down here. Okay, now we'll reset our counter to 0. We're going to monitor source on all channels. We're going to arm our record. Now this down here, this is a thing we should talk about. If you look down here, these 4 buttons. Remember how back here I said we could turn the erase heads on or off and turn the record heads on or off? That's what these 4 buttons do. If all 4 are up, we're recording on all 4 channels. So if I hit record pause, now we're armed. You can see the red light says we're ready to record. These red lights here mean that the individual tracks are armed. So if I turn them off, you'll see the red lights come on and off. Okay. So we're going to hit play, and that's going to start. Now we're recording, and we're just recording nothing pretty much. We're making a blank tape, and it's picking up my voice probably softly through the SM57 over there. So you're going to talk in that mic, and I'm going to set us on low speed. So it's taking the tape, it's 15 inches per second, and we've got probably 1 inch, so we've got 1/15 of a second.
Excellent.
So as you talk into there, I'm going to bring the level up here so that we can hear it.
Check 1, 2,
and you just talk.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7.
we need to monitor tape. There you go.
There we go. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's an interesting delay. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's crazy.
Isn't that neat?
Pretty cool.
So that's a tape delay. And if we bring the levels up, we'll actually get feedback on that.
Check. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so it's a really, really bad signal there. But that shows the tape. Now, here's where it gets cool. You keep talking, and I'm going to hit the high speed button.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Now you'll notice the delay's a lot tighter.
It is. It's a lot smaller.
Yeah. So that's our physical distance delay. And that effect has been used a lot over, well, pretty much all of the 60s. That's a standard tape delay. So that's how you get around that, is by using the synchro thing. So if I just flipped this, he's on track 4 down here. So if I just flip this to sync, that delay would totally go away because we would, well, actually, no, it wouldn't because we're recording. So it doesn't really work for that. But that's, yeah. We'll talk about the sync thing when we get into multi-tracking.
Right.
So I'm going to rewind this, and we'll get our tape back to 0. Okay. Set to 0, monitor source, all mics down, all lines down. I'm just going to hit record and let that make us some nice blank tape. So I believe it all starts with a drum track. You want to show people how this is done?
Sure.
All right, you're going to be the engineer and ride levels here.
Okay.
The console is only for output.
Yep.
All the inputs go straight in, and drums are on the first one here. So that's
Number
down
2,
on
though,
these.
right?
It's going to be number 1, I think. 1 or 2.
No, wasn't 1 this one?
Yeah, I think 1's you, so it'll be 2. You'll find it when you put the headphones on. I trust you. You're monitoring sources on all of them. Bring the levels up, and we'll go set levels. So I'm going to take a camera over there,
okay,
and I'll head into D, and we'll communicate by screaming at each other, because that always works so well around here.
It does.
You know how to handle transport controls and all that?
Pretty much.
All right. So we'll be back in just a bit, and when we come back, we'll be starting out in Studio D. So you get to play recording engineer.
Excellent.
Cool.
Cool.
I learned how to run a machine shop.
Set up an enterprise level server.
Program 9-foot robots.
Make lightning!
Edit video.
I'm building a radio station.
Light bulb terrarium.
A high-performance electric car.
I'm a CNC geek.
Computer geek!
Robot geek.
Physics geek!
AV geek.
I'm a radio geek.
Craft geek.
Car buff.
No matter what kind of geek you are, we've got a place for you here at the Geek Group. Come join us. We build awesome. All right, guys, so now here we are in Studio D. We've got my tiny little drum set, and let's give them a backbeat. just something simple, basic. All right, Todd, you can stop recording. Now, we're going to go back over where we started, because now we have drums on track 1, provided Todd worked the buttons right. All right, so now we're back in the studio. Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
And Todd has recorded me with, now you got to understand, for the recording of that, it's going to sound like garbage, but it isn't about the sound quality, it's about, actually doing it. The only way we could actually get a recording all the way over there was to chain like 3 or 4 microphone cables end to end and plug them into one of the camera shotgun mics, and you can't really get drums with a shotgun mic very close, so we just pointed it straight up at the ceiling, so the cymbal hits are going to be insane. But we got it, so now, and that's on this track. Where is it? 3? Here?
Number 3. It's
here.
Yeah.
Okay, this 3.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to set this to monitor tape. We're going to turn off recording on 3, and we're going to turn the input on 3 all the way down. So, and that started at, what
20.
was it? About 20? Okay. So we'll just rewind this back to 20. Okay, now we monitor tape here, so bring that up a bit. We should hear, and there's our drums.
Be careful.
How bad is it? Wow, that's hot as hell. Okay. Keep rolling. 25. Okay. All right, there's our new 0. We actually did that over a few takes. That is so blown out, it's insane. That is quite possibly the worst microphone in the history of recording production.
It's bad.
Yeah. So, but again, we've got a drum beat, and you're cool. So now the trick is we've got that. We have our drums on tape.
Yes.
So at this point, next is bass.
Sure.
And you can just
whatever
you want. I don't care. I just did a basic 4 on the floor because I'm just going to give him whatever to work with. And you can play something, like if he does a bluegrass thing and you do a metal shred over it, I don't care. It's not about making sense. Yeah.
We'll call it jazz.
This is the star of the video. And
should we at least play in time?
It would be good. It would help a lot, okay. And it would show how to use the cymbal sync thing.
All right. Excellent.
So, which we're now going to turn on track 3. So now when we play back track 3, we'll play back off of the record head. The other 3 tracks will play back off the playback head. So, all right, I'm going to get everything queued up here because that's horrible to listen to and it's going to feed back through your mic. So, I can't hear nothing because I'm plugged into the wrong thing. No, that's plugged into the right one. I just can't hear it. All right. Ready? You want these?
Yep.
Okay. Had a feeling you might. Now, we're going to set levels for you. Now, we're recording you.
Should be on 1.
Okay, you're on 1. Yep, I have. You sound good?
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yep, I'm
All
good
right.
with that.
So we're monitoring source on 1, tape on 3. This is 1, this is 3. So my drums are over here. You're going to be here. You've got your levels where you want them. So we're recording here. We're recording on all 3 channels except where the drums are. So that's off. That's safe.
Okay. We hope.
I believe in it. All right. Let's do 1 pass through, and we might just nail it. We might not.
What key you want to be in?
R. Plays an R. I'm a drummer. What the hell do I know of keys? Letters? No. I can count really
B
fast.
B flat. You got it.
Okay.
I'll find out. Yeah.
He's metal. They don't even.
Yeah.
They don't need keys.
And slam guitars on the ground.
That, and he's going to play in
Music, yeah,
Dutch
whatever.
anyway, so, yeah.
So the key of D.
Yeah, okay, it's in D. There you go. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
And away we go.
See, I don't know where you're stopping.
When I stop playing is when I
Yeah,
stop.
I know.
Yeah,
I got you.
okay. All right, so we've got it though. There's a reasonable bass line there. We're
It'll
cool.
work. It'll
All right,
work.
now let's play it back and see what we've got. So I'm going to set this to monitor tape, not source. I'm going to turn off recording on track 1. And I'm going to set our sync back to normal. And if we did this right, they'll be reasonably in time, not dependent on the machine anymore, but dependent on your abilities to play in time. So we'll take this back.
Or yours.
Oh, I'm the drummer. I never professed to being a good drummer. I just said I was the drummer. All right, so now when we play this back, we should have signals on both these tracks. So let's see what we get. So we'll bring drums down, which are incredibly blown out. And your bass should come in at any time.
Did you record it?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Do I got to run audio engineer for me too?
Yeah. But what the hell? Ah, okay. It's the cymbal sync. The contacts are all corroded. So let's see if we can try that again and hear it this time. Because I'm like, I don't have a signal. This is, by the way, for everybody out there, this is a very common thing you'll have in dealing with crusty old audio equipment, is things will just come in and out all on their own. So yeah, one of the cures for that is on these switches, which you can hear that,
Yeah.
which get very little use, massage the switch gently. And then hit play. It takes a second because you don't start playing for the first couple bars.
I give you 4 measures,
Yeah.
I think. Or at least 2.
There it is. So now we have, we've got drums and bass. We're a drum and bass band already. It's that easy. So we've got that, and they're in time. Okay. Are you ready to bring the metal? I could see it in your head there. You were just like, how many swear words can I say in Dutch right now and get away with it on the video? Just, yeah.
Key of G.
All right, so we're going to rewind this, and we're going to set your levels. You good? Are you happy? Okay, we'll give it a shot. We don't know if we've got it, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, you're at 0. Now, your track is armed. The top 2 tracks are safe. That's the first thing you want to check, because you don't want to accidentally record over what you've already recorded. That really sucks when it happens. We're monitoring tape on the top 2. Those are off to sync. You're going to need these. Here, let me make sure it's working right. I should totally hear things, and I don't. Yep. All right. All right. The drums run through once, and then he comes in and just do whatever you want. All right? Now we're set for record. In theory, we have levels. We have no idea. We're faking this. Welcome to the world of real production. There we go. You are recording, sir. All right, that's our hit album there, right there. We're set for life. Okay, it'll be on iTunes in 5 minutes. We're set. All right, so now we're just we save our last 2 tracks. Now we never record anything here, and we could at some point in the future do like a show how to ping pong tracks. But now we don't. We've done our tracking, and that's what this step is called tracking. And this takes a lot of time in the studio because with this, there's a lot more advanced things you can do. You can take and mix these 3 tracks down to here, and that's called ping-ponging tracks, where you take these 3 tracks, run them through the console, get them mixed down where you want, and dump them here. You can do that to fake more tracks. You could do stuff, we could show how to do punch-ins and punch-outs, but I really don't want to get into that level of detail on such a simple video. But let's show them what we have. Let's do a basic mix down. We're going to set these all back to normal. We'll rewind our tape. Okay. Now this is for all the marbles. Now we're monitoring our 3 channels. We've got our 3 channels over here. Okay. So let's see if this did indeed work. Because if it did, they'll all be in sync and everything will be cool. Now it starts with drums here on track 3.
Yeah.
So there's drums. We'll bring that down a lot because that's hot as hell. Oh, that's his guitar.
No bass.
We're not getting hang on. You got bass?
Got bass.
You got bass. We have recorded a song in 3 tracks, and it sounds like absolute hell because he's off the charts hot, and now the meter's kind of working. Like you can see all 3 things down here on the meters. If you weren't blocking them, they could see the meters. So, oh, okay, he's got them. So we've got that's a successful multi-track recording there. In as big a fail of levels and bad mics and just, wow, I love dealing with old technology. But we got it. We did it. We have done science. All right, so that pretty much wraps up. I think is there anything else? That's everything I got. Yeah. There's a lot more advanced stuff. I mean, we could talk for days on this, but...
There is.
All right, so we'll just stick with that. I'm Chris Bowden.
I'm Olivier Ponging.
Todd Kirchner.
You guys have fun. Enjoy the Geek Group. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe. And if you're not a member yet, you should be. thegeekgroup.org. See you next time.
This video was made possible by a grant from the Future Girl Foundation.
This video was made possible by thousands of private donations from members and viewers like you. Please visit thegeekgroup.org for more information on how you can donate and become a part of our dreams of Avalon.